Hello friends, it's Liam. I'm just as surprised as you are that I'm back so soon because all the other times that I said that I would be back, it took me years. But you know, here I am now. Progress. If hair videos aren't your cup of tea, you probably don't want to watch this. And if they are your cup of tea, you're welcome. I hope you enjoy it. I am back with a new system from LaVivid. LaVivid. I feel like I need to say that with an accent, but that was a really terrible accent. I don't even know what that was, so I probably won't do that again. I'm just gonna keep saying LaVivid. And this system is called Mirage Toupee for Men Full Super Thin Skin Base. My size is an 8x10. That's just like the stock size that it comes in, but you can do custom sizes where you like measure your scalp and see how much you need. But you also can get just the 8x10 and then cut it down once you put it on your head. I got the color darkest brown, and I want to read the description for you here. The description says, Mirage is made of polypaper all over. The cap base offers you a transparent and super thin skin feel that will blend in with your own skin seamlessly. V-looping ventilation method is used in the front 1/8 of the cap base, which creates the most realistic front hairline. Micro knots are used for the rest of the base, simulating natural hair growth just like your own hair. Mirage yields the most secure fit, and you don't have to worry about it coming loose or slipping off. That description is true, and I was a little surprised with the polypaper base because the other system that I have that's not from LaVivid that has a poly perimeter, it's maybe it's just like a thicker kind, but it feels different than this one. And this one, I mean, it feels totally fine. To me, it doesn't feel bad at all, but it is very thin and comfortable. I don't even really notice that I have it on. It feels just like my own hair. And in the front hairline, I'll probably put a picture up on the screen, but I also have the picture here on my phone if you can see it. The person's finger is like under some of the polypaper stuff, and it did have like that big section of stuff right there, and I don't know if you're supposed to trim that off, but I did trim mine a little bit just because it was like annoying and it kept like folding under and getting stuck on the adhesive whenever I tried to put it on. So I did trim mine down quite a bit, but I made sure not to like cut any area where the hair was coming out of it. But you know, if you're too scared to do that, if you're too scared to trim yours down like on the sides and the back, you can always take it to a salon and do that. And I've been wearing it for a little over 3 weeks, I think, and I've talked a little bit about it on my Instagram, but I am actually really enjoying it. And my partner, he even said that he thinks it's his favorite of the 3 that I have. I have this one and then 2 others that aren't from LaVivid. I mentioned also on Instagram that they have, one is a full lace base and the other is lace with poly perimeter. And I really like full poly because to me it's much easier to clean than the lace, because with lace the adhesive and the glue and stuff can like seep through and get into the hair, and it's just a real mess. The first time that I cleaned my lace one myself, it went terribly. I thought that I had ruined the hair because there was just glue all in it, and I had a little bit of a mental breakdown. So yeah, cleaning lace for me is not fun, but cleaning this was like no big deal at all. I really just like let it sit in some pretty hot water for a little bit, and I also have like stuff that I use that is specifically made to remove the adhesive, and I used that as well. I sprayed a little bit of that on there, but you just use a rag or like a cotton ball and you can easily get the adhesive off. It wasn't a big deal for me at all. The hair is really soft. I mean, you can see, hopefully it looks pretty soft, but I really like the feel of it. I really like the wave. It has a little bit of a curl slash wave to it, depending on like how you style it when you get out of the shower. I'm sure it could probably be like blow dried straight too, but you know, I don't want to do that. I like the curls. My natural hair is wavy slash curly, so this is the way that I like to wear my systems. But I mean, honestly, I'm really super happy with this one, and I can definitely recommend it to you guys. Obviously, it's the only one that I've actually been able to put on my head and try, so hopefully in the future I'll be able to test out some more for y'all. And I can't say that I really have any cons. I think maybe the only thing that I'm a little concerned about is I feel like it might shed more easily than my other systems, but that could also just be me like being paranoid and like super hyper aware of every time a little hair comes out, because that's how I was with like my own hair. Like every time I shower, like so much of my own hair would just come out when I'm shampooing and stuff. So that might just be me being like paranoid and super focused on the hair, and it probably doesn't even shed more than the others, but I'm just like noticing it more. I think that's really the only like slightly negative thing that I have to say about it. So far, so good for me. The color is still, you know, going great after several washes. I'm sure like the more you wash it, the more the color will fade, but you can always dye it again, or you could get like color depositing conditioner or shampoo that could help with that. As far as putting it on, I put it on just, you know, like I did with my other systems. It is a little more difficult for me to put it on, but I think that that's just because of the size, because I left it at the 8x10 size and I didn't trim it down to match my first system that I got, which was actually measured and like matched to how much I needed to cover. So it can be a little frustrating trying to put it back on myself, just because I have to try and like avoid getting the hair stuck to the adhesive when I'm putting it on, and sometimes it can just be a real trial and error type thing. But they do make like sprays, like retouch sprays that you can spray on, so you have like a minute or two to adjust everything. But what I do, I just use alcohol. I just spray alcohol down on my scalp and sometimes on the system, and then that gives me a little bit of time to like take it back off if I need to and put it back on the right way. I'm just really liking it. I think it looks really good and it makes me really happy. And I don't know if I can get close up with the knots. Sorry, this is like really uncomfortably close. Well, you can see right now that I need to re-glue it, because it comes up when after I shower. Not every time after I shower, but just every few days you might need to retouch the hairline. But you can see like that little extra flap there. That was much longer, so I trimmed that down. This is such a flattering. I wanted to see if I could like kind of get in. Oh yeah, you can. I don't know what that is. That's some sort of little fuzz, but you can kind of, sort of. Oh my god, camera, can you focus? Nope, it's not gonna focus. So you can't really see the knots. But I can assure you that these knots are much less noticeable than the lace one that they sent me and I ruined. They're much less noticeable than that, which is great for me because, I don't know, the knots on the other one just really kind of annoyed me. And the hairline is good too. To me, it's not very noticeable at all, any of the knots there, but I don't usually wear my hair pushed back, so I don't really have to worry about that, which is why I haven't glued this back down yet, because I tend to wear my hair in front of my giant forehead for the way that I like to style it and for the look I like to have. I'm very pleased with it, and like I said, I definitely recommend this one to you guys. If you've been wanting to try a system out, I say, you know, go for it. And they have several different colors to choose from. And also, LaVivid was kind enough to give me a coupon code that you guys can use. It is Liam15. I will probably put that in the description below. But you can use Liam15 to get 15% off your purchase, which I think is really awesome. I've said it before, but I'll say it again. I think their prices are very fair, and the quality is also very good in my opinion. I wouldn't be recommending it to you guys if it was not good quality and if I didn't like it. Like, that wouldn't make sense. Hopefully in the future I'll be able to review more, and I know that if you guys use the coupon code, that will let the company know that they can continue to work with me so I can help you guys out more. And you know, don't don't be like ashamed or scared to try a system. Like, it's nothing to be embarrassed about. So many young people are getting into systems now, and a lot of them go to salons, and most people just can't afford going to salons, because if you do it through a salon, it's much more expensive, but you also get a really great quality system if you go through a salon. But this one is also really good quality, and for much cheaper, and probably more affordable for just like the average person. I know with my first one, I went through a salon and I got a system from Hairskin, which is a pretty well-known company in the hair system world. That one was much more expensive, and I'm still paying it off. Actually, it's not practical for me to get one from there every time. Speaking of the salon, if you are in Houston, Élan Hair Studio, I'll put the information for them in the description as well. If you want to buy a system from LaVivid, you can take it into Élan Hair Studio and they will apply it for you. If you're worried about having to do that yourself, they'll help you out. They'll cut it in for you, and yeah, it's really awesome. So if you're in Houston, I also recommend going there, because they're super nice, and they'll work with you to get you what you want and make you happy. Anyway, I think that is all I have to say. Please, once again, check out LaVivid's site and use that coupon code if you are wanting to try out a system, and tell your friends if you know anyone that is struggling with hair loss and it's making them feel really poopy about themselves. Pass this video along to them and let them know that there are other options. I myself tried the majority of options before switching to systems. I did Rogaine. I did like derma rolling, because that supposedly can stimulate the hair follicles and help with hair growth. I used all different types of like natural balms and shampoos. The only thing I didn't try was the pills, just because the side effects of that really worried me, and I didn't want to try messing with that. So yeah, I tried almost everything before going to this, and Rogaine is probably the thing out of all of those that helped the most. But Rogaine did not help with the receding hairline much at all. It just helped with the thinning back here, and the receding hairline is what I was most self-conscious about. So that's why I decided to make the choice and go to systems. And like I said in my last video, I'm so glad that I did that. I'm so much more confident, and I do not care if people know that I wear hair systems, obviously, because I'm making this video and I post about it on my Instagram. If people want to judge, that's fine. I think that it would be really stupid for someone to judge people wearing a hair system. If someone has like a disorder that makes them lose hair, or if they are going through like cancer and they wear a wig or whatever, nobody says anything about that. But like, heaven forbid, some dude wants to wear a system because he's going bald, and people just think that they can make fun of that. It's really dumb, so don't do that, and don't be afraid to wear a system because you're worried about all the ridicule. Like, no one has ever made fun of me yet for wearing a system, so I would say just go for it and try not to care about what anyone thinks. Thank you for watching. I hope you're having a good day / week, and I will see you next time. Bye. Oh, also, I wanted to mention that I probably should have used a different color sheet for my backdrop, because this is looking a little drab. But I worked really hard getting this up there with the tacks. I had to put tacks in it, and it was for some reason extremely hard to put tacks through a sheet. And then I steamed the sheet in the hopes that it would not be wrinkly and it would look nice. So I'm not changing that now. We have a gray sheet. You're welcome. Okay, now I'm gonna go now. All right, bye-bye. My feet are numb from standing there.